Hello everyone, this is another response video here, okay? I think I made a video similar to this before. I'm not sure, I can't remember. It was a little similar, but I'm just going to make another one, okay? I'm going to I'm going to break it down here, okay? First of all, let's read this guy's question, okay? He said, let's see. First he said how you use teach yourself for languages with different scripts. Hello, when you start a language that has, let's see. Hello, when you start a language that has a different script and are using the teach yourself books, do you spend time in the introduction where they go through the symbols, etc., phonetically, and then have some exercises to work on the sounds associated with the symbols, or do you just go straight chapter 1 and work through the dialogues and pick up the sounds along the way? First of all, what I do, I'm going to use my Hindi for example. Okay, I want to use this Hindi. Let me show you guys what I do. Okay, first of all, I go through the alphabet. Okay, I go through the alphabet and get familiar with the sounds of those letters. Okay, and I'll practice them. Maybe I'll write them like 5 or 10 times while practicing the sound, how they're enunciated. I'll do that, and once I finish with that, I'll start from chapter 1 here. Okay, I'll start from chapter 1. Oh, this is the calls from the boot camp. My book is falling apart. Anyway, I'll start from this first chapter here. Okay, this first chapter. And as you can see here, they have the script. Okay, they have the script there, and then on the other side, they have the actual. They translated the Romanized, the pronunciation of the letter. Okay, and on top of that, they have the English translation. So what I do here is I'll copy the whole dialogue in the script, actual script. I'll copy, I'll write it slow. Okay, I'll write it slow, and then I'll the first line, I'll write the first line, and then I'll go down to the transliteration and make sure I'm enunciating those letters correctly. Okay, make sure I'm enunciating correctly. And I do the same thing. I write the next line, I go back to the transliteration, the Romanized version, and I'll make sure I'm pronouncing them right. Okay, I do that, and let's see here. You don't necessarily have to learn memorize the vocabulary or whatnot, the grammar right away. This is just for the reading and writing. This is what I would recommend for the reading and writing. Just copy the dialogue maybe twice. I'll say write the whole dialogue at least 2 times. Okay, write it in the script, go through it and try to read it, and then while looking at the make sure you look at the Romanized transliteration to make sure you're enunciating the words correctly. Do that twice. Okay, and then what you want to do is go to chapter 2 and do the same thing. You go to chapter 2, write out the dialogue 2 times. Okay, of course you listen to the audio as well to get the sounds. Write that out twice. Do the same thing you did before in chapter 1. And here in this book, they do that up until chapter 5. They give you up until chapter 5 to master those letters. And basically what I mean by that is let's see, after chapter 5, chapter 6, okay, in chapter 6, they stop using the actual Romanized version of the letters. They don't put them there anymore. They stop doing that. Okay, they stopped doing that because they figure that by this time you should have already, you should have mastered the letters. You should be able to read Hindi without having to look at the Romanized version. And as you can see, even in the grammar section, normally they have the transliteration on the side. They have the transliteration on the side normally. But once you get to chapter 6, that's it. They take it out. So I would just recommend going from chapter 1 to chapter 5. Practice that, writing from chapter 1 to chapter 5. And by that time, you should have, mastered the letters and be able to recognize the letters when you see them. So that's what I do. I'm actually do that with all the languages as far as scripts are concerned. I copy the dialogue at least 2 times. I go back over it, read over it. I'll listen to the audio, make sure, you know, get the sound of the letters, make sure I'm enunciating them correctly, and that's it. By the time you get to chapter 5, you should be able to recognize all the letters. Okay. He asked about phonetic. Let's see, exercises to work on the sound. I don't really do exercises. I don't think exercises are necessary. Some people like exercise. Me, I don't do exercise. I just go through the dialogues. I write them out. Okay, 2 times, and once I get to at least chapter 5, I stop doing that because I'm I'm familiar with all the letters already. Okay. You can still after that, I'm not saying to stop writing. You can still write after that, but in the beginning stages, it's kind of like intensive. That's why I recommend to write it 2 times. If you want to write it more than 2 times, hey, that's even better. If you want to write it 3, 4, 5 times, dialogue over and over, go ahead and do that. That's, the more the better, I guess. But for me, I would do it twice. Okay, and do that all the way up to chapter 5. By that time, you will have mastered all the letters. That's mastery. Okay, now we can use the word mastery. Master. Okay, that's master. Okay, so yeah, that's that. And like I said, just as I just explained to you, if you do that, you should be good to go. Okay, you should be good to go. As far as typing, what you can do, if you're learning how to type the language, like for example, when you copy those dialogues, written, go ahead and type it. Look at the dialogue and try to type it. The same thing. You just have to remember, you're practicing the typing. It's going to be a slow process, but the more you practice, you get quicker with it, and you can chat with people online in chat rooms or whatnot. So that's pretty much it. That's I hope that answers your question. And if you have any more questions, just send me a message, and I'll get back to you ASAP. Thanks for viewing the video.